Hi again, it's Pierre. Today we're getting a little bit off track from the plate and chuck mount. We'll be back to that soon, but still have maybe something that could interest you. And today I'm gonna show you how I removed a broken wheel, lock wheel nut from this extractor. It's been removed, the job's done, so you know it's successful. And I'll show you how I achieved it, because these screws are used, this extractor is used for you know, certain size of well, let's say boats, that, you know, tire wheels with let's say lock nuts that are broken, or the key for the lock nut is lost or broken or whatever. So it's used by tire installers and garage and things like that. So that could be interesting, because those boats in there are super tough. And I'll show you how I achieved finally to get that out from the extractor. Okay, we'll get set up on the mill and we'll show you this. I think that should interest lots of you. This is one of those extractors. It's going onto a ratchet, 1/2 inch, and on the other side it's threaded. See the threads? And inside that is the remnants of a lock nut. I think I can show you the inside of this. I think the lighting will show you. Not too sure. Okay, yeah, you see a little bit the crown and the inside. See the pattern on the locking nut. It's right inside there, and it's pretty well jammed, and it's stuck in there. He said he kind of tried to get it out, but no way. And I don't know if you can see the crystalline texture of that nut. See, it's pretty nicely crystalline and nicely grayish, and meaning that's probably pretty hard. And I just says, okay, I'll do you a favor, and I'll try to extract this, and so you can use your adapter still, because these adapters are not sure, didn't tell me the price, but I think they're pretty expensive. I guess he changes customers tire set with that time involved, and his extractor just scrapped. I guess he doesn't make much money. So let's go to the milling machine. We're going to try to extract the bolt from the extractor. Okay, we're back with our little extractor problem here, and we're setting up on the mill. See what we can do about it. So I got some aluminum pieces with 45s in it. So for holding around pieces, it's perfect. Parallel under, how to hold the extractor. And I'm going to go with the okay, I'm going to go starting with this end. I'm going to be using a concrete drill bit and see if we can at least go through the top of that nut. I expect about 200,000, which I measured roughly. I'm gonna just see what we can do. We'll get a touch in it and see if we can at least get the drill to kind of attack the metal. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. I didn't test it. That's another story, but a little bit like the chuck. I've got a Rockwell meter. the hardness meter, and I'm still up to installing it. It's just like it's been sitting there for maybe 2 years, and it needs to be put back in service. But that's another nice project. We'll see that in time. Okay, I'm gonna get installed with this. Here, I did put nice parallel down there. Light this up. Check. Put this down a little bit. And we're going to center ourselves. I'm going to be visually centering. I'm not needing to center with instruments or anything like that. It's just like it's going to be good enough. And let's go to high speed. Running about 1800 RPMs. I guess we're right through. Wasn't too hard. I guess that drill bit not going to do much anymore. Like once we're in, we gotta go to a step higher. Oops, it's hot. The way it went through, let me tell you, this stuff was really hard. We're pretty well centered. Look, nice hole, pretty much in the center, and right through. So we see how we can try to get just close to the sides. Yeah, close to the sides. And it's another story. I'll try with I'll try with a I'm still thinking. It's called distraction. Okay, I just installed 5/16 carbide and mill. The end is pretty had a few problems in the end there, but we're going to be using the sides. That's going to be very hard on the carbide and mill. Hopefully we'll recover the cost of the repair. You're probably going to complain you don't see much. You're not the only ones, because I got to go kind of deep and without too much stick out on the insert. Not the insert, but the end mill. It's about there. Without the quill, it's like you say, you don't see. Me neither. We'll start this about 1800 RPMs and hope for the best, because maybe not going to be so much of an easy case. And when I just I ground a little piece of metal that I was protruding, and it wasn't cold rolled steel sparks, you know, the long stringy sparks. I had some pretty dense yellowish, very short, you know, very short tails, sparks coming out of there. So it means it's we're dealing with pretty much hard steel there. So let's go. We'll give it a try and see what it does. Yeah, I just said it before, it's hard stuff. We're not very far in yet. There's another way to go through this, but before we get there, I would like to try a little bit on this, but it's plasma cutter. Just shoot slowly from the sides, and that should probably just get it thinned out enough to end up breaking. So we're just trying these fancy tools first. Major problem with carbide inserts, you have to feed. I'm running pretty fast and I'm not feeding fast. That's one problem. I see when I give pressure on it and to start to feed, it starts to bite. But the thing is, I don't see a thing, or just about, and we're pretty close from the side. So I'll have to get easy on it. I'll take it out and see what we're at, and good. We're eating a lot of, not a lot, but small parts of material, and it gets to be in a kind of a thick part. It's pretty demanding for a kind of an end mill. Just okay. See there, it's pretty thick, and it's a 5/16 end mill, so it's we're rough on it. Let's go back for a little more and see what happens. not exactly going to be back to the exact same spot, but that will do. We'll recenter. Trying to put this as deep as possible so we get the least stick out possible, and we go for another shot. I'm slowing down to 1200. Like I say, we gotta give it some feed, but we can't really because we don't see a thing, and that's pretty thick piece. Let's go. We're eating some metal. Let's see where we're at. If you don't see, I'm not seeing much more than you do. Oh, well, we're really making progress though. Okay, let's go for a little bit more, and we'll go a little bit on the other side too. Slowing down then helped a lot because it's like I said, I can't feed, so. Going by feeling the handle. We're making progress. I want to just plunge because like at the end of this end mill is kind of pretty worn, so I could plunge and that would help, but I'm not ready to do that, so okay, same treatment again. Just know I'm biting in the metal because I feel the vibrations a little bit, the tiny vibrations in the handle. That's about it. We're in it. Sorry, I'm going to try not to see it in front of you. We're making progress. Now I'm going to attack the other side. Let's go see. Going in, we still have some ways to go. Now let's take the piece out and have a better sight. Who says it doesn't bite, eh? Nice little pile. There you go. I think you're going to be happy with this. There you go. We did take a good chunk in this. Not too sure now if we can just bang on it, but maybe this side here needs a little bit more, and we're probably going to be in a good position to do something about it. I didn't touch the threads into the extractor, so we're still fine, and I think we're going to make a happy tire installer. Okay, let's go. Visual inspection. Let me get a flashlight. We're almost there. So over to this. Put a little bit more on the left side and a little bit more on the right side, and we'll be there. Bear with me, we're out of the boots, unless something happens. Okay, now the other side. Another little inspection. Okay, we're starting to just be very close on the original thread, so we'll quit on this for now, and have to bang this out. a lot of chips. I'll show you where we're at. Okay. See on the side there, we're not touching, but yeah, I guess we're touching a little bit. Yeah, we're lightly touching on this side. And this side here, let me see. Yeah, we've been touching too. But I think that's about the only way to get this thing out of there. I just hope what's ever left, because there's still the bottom of the fillet, the thread, you know, from the male part, it's still in the end of the thread. So I just hope that's going to be breakable. I'll go give it a try on the bench. We're at the table now. I'll try first if it will come out from the bottom, and can't promise anything. I know what someone's gonna say. Some people, you know, like, oh, a nice good tool going to sometimes in certain jobs you have to be ready to sacrifice a tool for achieving a goal, or redress a tool or whatever, but that's part of the job. So I'm just going to try to bang it from this here. That was almost too easy. Wow. That's out. You see a little bit on the side where I got the milling cutter. Sorry, just seeing the screen reverse on this, and it's mixing me up. See on the side there, on this, the milling cutter just ate a little bit. These extractors are tapered, so, but now just very usable. Okay, there you go. Just like almost like brand new. Didn't heat it up. Important, so it keeps its hardening, you know, like its toughness and everything. So the tire installer is going to be super happy when I go back to his place and bring him his tool. If you want to see what came out of there, I just picked those pieces on the floor. This is the inside. The way they were going is about this way. And sorry, the other way around. Like this. The end mill just made its way come on, end mill made its way right there. Got the sides pretty thinned out. I just banged from the reverse side, and it just came out very easily. You don't see too much. You don't see a little bit there. The key part for the lock nuts on the tires. I think I got a set I can show you. About the extractor, I just wanted maybe to add a few details. Just show you what's a lock nut on the wheel of a car, and what is usually the issue why someone will have to use an extractor. You got the one I'm using now is not exactly the the one that goes into the extractor itself, but the principle is the same. You have a nut here. It's like you see the crown on the top here, which is the locking part, and you have the tool, the unlocking tool, that's matching with this particular head there. So if you lose this part, you break this part here, the key that will open it up. I mean, you have to get to the constructor. In this case, it's a Volkswagen, and you have to wait a certain time because there's a code on it. They'll recut a key on your code and everything, but it'll take, you know, if you got a flat on the side of the road, you can't wait, or if you got you know some kind of urgency sometimes, so you don't really want to be stuck with that. That's a risk you have to take. You know, you get your wheels unstolen, or just chances of being stolen, or you kind of can, if you lose this, you can stay stuck. And contrary to lots of brands, Volkswagen has not just nuts, they have studs like this here. That's what you remove when you remove a wheel. That's the difference. And safety wise, I mean, it's a pretty good system. They even got this part here which turns inside. So if you try to get pliers on the outside there and try to unscrew this, I mean, you unscrew just nothing. Just the ring around turns, but the screw stays on the wheel. And in the particular case of that extractor, what was the main problem is inside the key. All this here just stripped. So when this is stripped, you can't unlock your key, and I mean, you're in a situation where you don't want to wait 3 weeks to have your wheels changed or whatever. So they will use the tire installers will use a special extractor for that. I mean, obviously this head is a little bit too big for this extractor, but with an appropriate size head and the appropriate extractor, just put it on the top like that, start screwing in the counterclockwise direction. The contrary direction you would use to normally screw the bolt, the nut or stud or whatever, and ends up catching, and then you can unscrew the lock nut like that. That's what just the main principle about and how it works. Just wanted to add a little detail.